well, these stormy conditions of ours. We've had a chilled weekend. It's been bank holiday here, so just going to cut these 3 lintels to 99 inches and then we can get them inserted, because I'm conscious that I need to get on with the ring beams as quickly as possible, so we can start getting onto the roofing, get this done, because it's June and it's just a lot of rain. Lots of rain and wind, so it's quite stormy conditions, but we just have to bite the bullet and just get on with it. Obviously major heavy downpours are going to stop, but let's just get cutting. Action.
One at a time, or putting all 3 on?
Yeah, just get all 3 on. And these are twice the length. Well, 2 foot longer.
Still pretty heavy then.
Yeah. Okay, so you'll be on that side and I've got to try and...
On the inside?
No, you've got platforms now. Right, you clamber up.
Right.
Alright. You got it?
Yeah. Put it on.
You alright?
Yeah.
Ow.
Right.
Perfect.
It will be once it's got a bed on, won't it?
Yeah.
It goes in a lot there.
Yeah, well that's okay. There's big voids everywhere.
Might just have to build the lime out or something.
Yeah, I'll build it up. It's okay.
Spot it on.
Yeah, let's get it on. Another bit of the tasks. These are the bitty tasks that we have to get finished before the ring beam goes on. Infilling those voids.
We're nearly done. Together. Teamwork. I've asked for help this week.
Yeah.
Becky helps. She's loading me up with stone and a dry mix. Doing it with the dry mix so it gets in all the nooks and crannies, and then you give it a spray and it goes solid. So we've got about a bit more in there and we're nearly done it. Then we can do the ring beams.
We have chopped down the dead, dying ash trees that were falling in every single time we had some strong wind. So we've got those down, and the big bulge of clay that was at the very bottom corner there, that has now been flattened. I don't know if you'll remember, but along here there was just a huge mound of earth that was banked up when they first cleared the land. I wasn't happy with it, and it just felt like we were really closed in this field. It was horrible, and it left us with no topsoil whatsoever, and nothing was growing here. It just was not nice. I'll put a picture up of what I mean in case anyone can't remember. But yeah, it was just all just grown with grass. And anyway, so now the big trees are gone. We've left the hawthorns, blackthorns, and there's also a sycamore there that's kind of bending in the wind. So I will attach some drone footage that's sort of at this angle from when we first had the digger come in. The mound that was there is now gone, and there's a walk through to the pond. So this area here, this bit here, is where I want to put a polytunnel eventually, because it's the most sheltered spot. It's a little bit lower and we've got the tree line behind it, so hopefully that will protect a polytunnel. And I'll walk through our now gap that's all flat. Used to be a huge bump there, and he's built up that bank around the pond a little bit so we don't have the slope that just went into it. And do we do the other side? That is the question, because that's similar, and actually there's many trees on the edges that need removing. Not that sycamore in the middle, and the ash to the left looks okay. The big one is hollow in the centre, and the guy said he thinks we should take it down, but I'm holding on to that a little bit longer, although it is a gamble, because if that falls the wrong way, that could take down the barn, which is not ideal. But there are several ash trees along the back row that also will need removing because they're dead, and the only thing that's living on them is the ivy. But I have managed to persuade Sam to let me clear this back bankment. He got halfway through and then ran out of time, and he's back on Friday. So when he comes back, he's going to finish taking that down, just so that there's a hedge line and I can trim that down, and then hopefully we'll be able to see the lake, which is on the other side of this hedgerow. And obviously these trees need to come out. But yeah, do we do it all the way along? Because again, that is just a built up bank of earth. Oh, I don't know. It's expensive for one, having a digger here, and also the mess they create. I hate it, but it's a necessary evil. And it's also a bad time of year, I suppose, for the wildlife to be doing this. But we wait till the winter, then the digger will just make so much more mess, and sometimes it just can't even come down at all because it can get very wet and boggy. But I'll show you on the other side of the hedge here, when he brings that down. There's the lake. We've got some really lovely views. It's a bit misty over there at the minute, but normally you can see that mountain in the distance. It feels bigger. I hope we've done the right thing. But I will put a bit of drone footage on so you can see how it was before from the air and how it is now. It always looks worse when you've just had the digger in. But this will grass up really well, and it's good soil now. This is good topsoil, whereas before it was just solid clay. So hopefully this will grass up very, very quickly. The chickens are absolutely loving it, squatting in it. Yeah. So I'm sat looking at the what's been left of the hedgerow, and our farmer friend's come, Robert, and he thinks we should just take the whole thing out and not have anything dividing the two fields. So interested to know what everyone thinks. Do we leave it as it is with a little bit of a hedgerow, or do we take it all out and have just one big open field? It is looking scraggly, but you know, it will hopefully help a little bit with the wind, but he thinks that it really isn't going to make much difference and that we'd be better off clearing it. So let me know in the comments down below what you think. Should we clear the whole thing, or do we leave it with some hedgerow? So I've got Emily here. So Emily, tell me, do we keep the hedge or not?
I think we should take this down. We? I think when I say we, I mean you.
Me.
So yeah, I think it should come down because they look like they're falling down anyway.
Yeah, and they're a bit scatty and horrible, aren't they?
They are, yeah. I think it would be really nice to have it open. You're going to be able to see the view even better than what you can at the moment. Imagine sitting out with your coffee, like looking at all of that rather than wilting trees.
Yeah, I think we'll probably do that, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
That's horrible. I always feel bad about taking any trees out or any hedges. I always feel that guilt.
But you're going to be planting like loads more, aren't you? You're going to be giving back, and these ones kind of look like they're on the last knockings. I reckon one more winter and they're going anyway.
That's true, actually. One more wind like we've had, one more storm, could all be gone.
Yeah, and they're gone. So
yeah,
I reckon be done with them. Out with the trees and in with the new.
In with the new.
In with the new.
Okay, thanks.
I'm busy now. I've got to play with the dog.
Yeah, you play with the dog. Toby is in our field at the minute. The reason for that is because the vet came out to see him just to check he was all healed up, and also that he had to have his top up of his injections. So it's been a month now since Toby was gelded, and I've just been speaking to the donkey sanctuary, and she's basically said we need to wait maybe a little bit longer, especially if we get a female, because he might still try and mount her, and it could cause him more injuries if his wounds haven't healed. So we're going to give it another month, and then hopefully we will get him a friend. That's the plan. And then once he's got used to his friend, we are going to temporarily move them to a different field for a while we do the hard standing in his current field, which is what everyone's kind donations on the GoFundMe we did were for. So that is something we're going to do towards the end of the summer, once Toby's pretty settled with a new friend, and we can move them to a different location whilst we do the work. So just thought I'd give you all a little update. He's in this bit because it's short grass and it's not too rich for him, and he loves it when we're a bit closer. So we have put the trestles, builder's trestles and the scaffold up. So we just got this parcel in the post, opened it. Sam's face was an absolute picture, so we weren't expecting to get anything like this, and it was courtesy of our lovely engineer Joe, who sent us this, and it's going to make life so much easier when we're getting the buckets of cement up for this ring beam. But we're just trying to figure it out now where it's going to go to make it the most useful for us. And Sam's got to kind of build it.
They're all different. We've got 21s, 22s, metric and imperial, I think. Look at this, Joe. Look at that, Dersh Technic. Just need to bolt the hoist on tomorrow, and we'll come up with some platform. So I don't know if I'm going to get all this done today, but it's I'm forming the ring beams finally, so I had to think outside the box a little bit of how I'm actually going to do this with the kick in the wall. So I've spoken to my trusty friend in Scotland, been on the blower to him. He does a lot of these types of buildings and stonework, and he's advised me, you know, it's always better to talk to somebody to say, another joiner, what do you reckon? But yeah, they come up with this. I've run this idea past him and he's like, yeah, I'm going to try and get it as straight as I can, because there is a kick in this wall. I will do my best, but there's going to be a 400mm pad basically, so I can do this with the wall plate, move them about so I can get them parallel. I'll try and get it as straight as I can, but it's not that easy. But yeah, I don't know if Becky can see that with the camera angle there, but I'm just using scaff boards up the wall and then some OSB, and I might have to shutter off the bottom as well. It'll be beautiful when it's done. We might utilise the digger man while he's here, Joe, to help with getting the concrete up there, but we'll see. We have our trusty hoist. But yeah, thanks for joining us midweek and seeing where we're up to. So it's a mad dash now to get this done before that machine leaves on Friday. I'll do it.